Hello everyone, I'm Marty Janeski, and along with my buddy Ken Brown, we're your hosts of the local sports wrap-up here on Wyandotte Cable Channel 15, and also you can find us on YouTube at Local Sports Wrap-Up. Just search YouTube. Today is November 11th, 2020. It is Veterans Day. Ken, haven't seen you in a week. How are things?
Things are going well. Happy Veterans Day
Yes,
to all those veterans out there. Yeah.
Thanks for protecting our country. My dad was a Korean War vet.
Okay.
Not me, though.
Yeah. My grandfather went to World War II, so
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and everybody that signs up and protects our country. Pretty soon they'll be passing out COVID shots if the people have their way and the military distributes it.
Yeah, might be a good way to get it out.
You never know. But we do appreciate everything everyone's done, and support your local VFWs.
That's right.
Go get that, go in there and hang out with the guys. They got stories to tell. Man, oh man. So November 11th, we're past the second round of football. We were just followed the show that they talk football. Coach Ron and see, I'm forgetting things in my old age.
Yeah, his other coach. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, let's start with football. Can you start?
Sure. Woodhaven won 41-3 over Dearborn High. The host Warriors scored 3 unanswered touchdowns in less than 20 minutes and went on to win 41-3 on Friday. November 6th in the divisional district semifinal. Woodhaven 7-1 will set up a district championship matchup with Cass Tech. It's going to be a tough one. Cass Tech's normally a pretty dominant team.
Yeah,
so.
they're a strong unit, and it's here though. Not that I think home games matter, because that's the highest seed that's left in the mix.
So Cass Tech plays Woodhaven.
Oh, Cass Tech plays
Yep,
Woodhaven.
Woodhaven plays Cass Tech Friday. So they're both 7-1 or whatnot. So it should be a good game. I'm thinking.
I'd like to go to that one. We have some reporting to do. We should sneak into that one somehow, some way.
Yeah, I'm thinking the technicians. I don't know.
And well,
it's bad.
That's why they play the game.
That's what they say. I got you.
River Rouge 38-20 over Riverview. It was a big-time Division III district semifinal as two downriver powerhouses, River Rouge, the defending state champs, headed to unbeaten Riverview.
Okay.
Thanks to 5 total touchdowns from senior quarterback Marion Horabowski, the visiting Panthers picked up a 38-20 victory and bounced the Pirates from the playoffs. Rouge took its opening drive down the field, capped off by one of 4 rushing scores for Horabowski. It gave him an early 8-0 lead. In this game, every single score, the team went for 2. There were no kicks. Riverview hit back in the second quarter with 14 unanswered points. They had a 50-yard scamper from Jamari Moultrie on the second play of the quarter. Then after Rouge botched a punt, deep in its own territory, Jacob Puma ran for a touchdown from 24 yards out and gave the home team a 14-8 lead. Then the Panthers went on to score the next 30 points. Bam. One was a 55-yard pass to John Hayes, and then they scored again on a 52-yard one to David Martin. So Rouge had their backs to the wall there for a minute. And, they move on to the district final where they'll visit New Boston Huron, also a 7-1 team, this Friday night. And in the other semifinal, Allen Park, the Huron Chiefs beat Allen Park.
I wonder, were they not kicking the ball because they didn't have a kicker or because the wind? It was pretty nice Friday. I wonder if their kicker was out. Then they had a botched punt. I just think that if that was Rouge that had that issue, was it?
Yeah.
Could they have that issue going down the line? I know kicking's important. The further you get into the playoffs when you can't move the ball. So I think we keep our eye on that.
It's interesting how, because it just said in the article that neither team even tried an extra point. They went for 2 every time. Maybe they think they can just blow 3 yards, 2.5 yards. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe they think they can just blow that by anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that too. I would hope I can get 2 yards no matter what in one play. Yeah.
Especially when you're the defending state champs.
Go at it. All right. Wyandotte Roosevelt played Detroit Renaissance last Friday, and they won 38-13. The Bears rolled past Renaissance on Friday night at home and clinched a spot in the district championship game. The Bears 6-1. Jalen Pritchard threw for 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also had a pick 6 on defense. Anthony Peterson had 3 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Logan McGraw had a 38-yard touchdown reception. Looks like Roosevelt has Oak Park up next.
Oak, the 8 seed.
Yeah, Oak Park.
8 seed that's rolling through everybody.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, a lot of that has to do with Coach Greg Carter. He, back in the day, was at Detroit DePorres before they closed down in 2005, and they won 12 or 13 championships, state championships at that time. He was the assistant coach. And then he went to Inkster High with Devin Gardner, and they made their runs. And now he's at Oak Park, man. And he caught fire right in time to come into the Bears den.
And he knows how to coach them correctly, obviously.
Yeah.
And he has the kids playing for him. Unlike our professional team, the guys are not playing for that guy. I'm just going to say that out loud. But I watched some of that game. It's been looping through the cable, and I flip over there every now and then looking for our show. But always has the football game on. And the kid, Pittsburgh, could throw, okay? The kid just flicks 45-yarders. Just flicks them and everything. They got the receiver going deep, and he hits them in stride, and they catch it on the 4-yard line, and they just roll right into the end zone. He did it one on each side, and then he was standing back. The other team had the ball. Quarterback dropped back the pass, threw the ball over the middle. Pittsburgh grabbed it and went 30 yards the other way, for his pick 6.
Wow.
So the kid's got talent, he's, so it should be a good one. And it's here, and it's Friday night. I don't know, it's probably restricted who can get in. Maybe we can get a press pass. Maybe we can get in and see that one. We'll go to Cass Tech and see that one.
Yeah, there's good games in downriver this weekend, whether it's Woodhaven versus Cass Tech or Wyandotte going up against Oak Park. There'll be some good downriver football this weekend. So super excited about that. Grosse Ile, 47, Dundee 28. Grosse Ile piled up 470 yards of offense against the visiting Dundee on Friday night to advance to the district championship game. The Devils quarterback Nate Brown threw for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also rushed for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
I wouldn't have mind having him on my fantasy team. Yeah, that guy's going at it. Yep. So next up for the Devils is a trip to Summit Academy to play the Division V district title on Friday night.
I have Summit winning over Robichaud 27-6. I don't have updates for that, but that's how they got to that final game. Gabriel Richard's season ended. Jackson Lumen Christi 42, Gabriel Richard 21. Lumen Christi will head to Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central for the district final. For Richard, this marks the 4th consecutive season that the team posted a winning record and advanced to at least the second round of the playoffs.
All right, getting a little love down there. What do you think, volleyball?
Sure, volleyball sounds like it. Yep. All our good downriver teams, don't want to do the spoiler, but all our really solid downriver teams are now no longer in the mix.
Yeah, he took a little wind out of our sails. Flat Rock Volleyball edged out by Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard in a 5-set thriller. The high school volleyball playoffs resumed around the state of Michigan on Tuesday. A pair of Division II Region 14 semifinals at Dundee High School. Flat Rock battling Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard, and Dearborn Heights Annapolis is dueling against
Airport.
Carlton Airport. The first match of the night proved to be an absolute thriller. But unfortunately for Flat Rock, they saw an incredible season come to a close at the hands of the Fighting Irish of Gabriel Richard. The opening set really set the tone for the evening, a back-and-forth set in which neither team led by more than 3 points at any point in the set, but the Rams came up ultimately short. In the second set, Flat Rock got out to a 9-4 lead to only see Gabriel Richard go on a run of its own. The Rams trailed by as many as 6 in what seemed to be a must-win scenario already, but Flat Rock battled back to win, using the momentum to win the next set as well. The tail end of the fourth set was especially pivotal for the Irish as they scored the final 6 points of the contest to force a deciding fifth set.
And then, in that fifth set, it only goes to 15. So think about that. They just played for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and here we go to set number 5. Yeah, that's
yeah, that definitely hurt. The Rams called a timeout trailing 13-12, up to going to 15 after briefly trying to get Gabriel Richard to get them off their cue of hitting so many points in a row. But unfortunately, Gabriel Richard edged them out. Yeah, so that knocked that downriver team.
15-13 in set number 5. I remember going with my daughter to some matches in Allen Park and going up 2-0. And, you don't beat Allen Park ever. Wyandotte doesn't, but they did, I think, their senior year, they split. But, and then losing the next 3 sets, at their building.
Yeah.
So you go up 2-0, and then it's just, there's no consoling them kids, because they're kids. It's as evenly played as the first semifinal of the night was. The nightcap was much more one-sided. Flat Rock's league rival Carleton Airport cruised to a 3-0 sweep over Annapolis. Airport at one point in the opening set rattled off 20 consecutive points. That's a roll. They won that first one 25-4. Second one, it was 15-10 at one point, and then Airport closed that game with a 10-3 run and slapped them. And the third set was like the first. It was 25-10. So, so Annapolis will move on, and they will take on whoever just beat Allen Park there.
I got you. Allen Park, Novi actually sweeps Allen Park in the regional semifinal. The Wildcats, who are number 7 in the state in Division I, rolled to a 3-0 sweep, 25-18, 25-11, 25-9 of the Jaguars. With the victory, Novi earned a spot in the regional championship on Thursday.
I have talked to the principal of Allen Park, not the principal, the athletic director, because they're clients of mine, and he always says, we can get through the league and through the district. And he said, then you take on those mid-state teams, the Novi's, and he says it's really difficult. And they were the 7th ranked team in the state.
Yeah, it shows you why, yeah. They definitely seem like they got a monster team, yeah. What's next?
Well, I got Trenton and Ann Arbor Skyline. Trenton falls to Ann Arbor Skyline in the regional semifinals. They both made it through districts without losing a set. Trenton was solid. Skyline, a Final Four team a year ago, is one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and it proved it with a 3-0 sweep of Trenton. The Trojans had only lost 3 matches all season, 3 sets, all season long, and went undefeated to win the Downriver League. They were 10-0. Skyline, however, is at another level, and they did the one thing they needed to do. They came in and dominated. I wonder if I have scores here. I don't.
It'd be interesting to see like what Skyline's rated if Trenton went 10-0 in Downriver, but then that was the draw they had.
Well, after winning a couple that's a regional draw, so they got through districts.
Yeah.
And Skyline will play against SEC foe Bedford in a championship game tomorrow in Dexter. Trenton won their district. They won with a 3-0 sweep at Riverview last week.
Sure. Well, good. Well, congratulations to Trenton.
Yeah, they get the district trophy with their names on it. It's pretty cool. It'll be in the school forever. They can't take it away from you.
Yeah, go back and visit it.
That's right.
They should get it from Key Awards.
Glory days. No, they don't. They're giant Michigans, okay? And they're on a base, and they're all made in Indiana. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
You would just think. Yeah, that guy's, whoever's got that gig in Indiana, they have the whole area covered, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I do the plates. I do all the plates for all the schools, put all the names on them for all the kids. That's when I say, send me a file so I can copy and paste. We won't be doing any typing on those. That's the way it works. Cross country?
Yeah, we'll go cross country.
All right. Let's see. I'll start with the cross country. The Riverview boys. They had the state finals at MIS 2 days in a row. They had Division 1 and 2 one day and Division 3 and 4 the next. The Riverview boys placed 13th at the cross country state finals. On Friday in the Division 1 and 2 races, downriver area teams and runners had a bright day under sunny skies. Boy, was it nice this last weekend. Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday was nice. Today really wasn't bad. No. Tomorrow's going to be a little chilly. There were excellent performances and season best times clocked in by the locals. The Riverview boys team had an outstanding afternoon in the D2 race. The Pirates placed 13th out of 27 teams.
13, halfway there.
Halfway there, not bad. There were 2 runners for Riverview that cracked the top 50, and then they run about 300 kids. They run a bunch, and so I don't know where that 72 rule comes into effect. But they had Sam Polgar was 39th and Logan Ruffner was 42nd as they both cracked the top 50. Okay. In the girls' race, Riverview senior Paige Beaudry placed 27th overall and picked up all state honors. Now I don't know my cross country, but I would assume top 30 maybe, top 35 because
make all state.
Yeah, because the 39th guy didn't make it. So it has to be less than that.
Yeah, I know to qualify to get to states, it's a time though, right? They had to beat a time to get there, so I wonder, is it a time to make All-State or is it just half? That's a good question.
She had a strong final season for the Bucks. She's a senior. She took 5th in the regional and ran 1st in 5 events this season, including the Huron League Championships.
Well, in D1 girls race, Allen Park's Lisa Luca had a strong finish to her impressive junior year. She finished 12th overall.
Nice.
To earn all-state honors. She qualified in the state finals after finishing 2nd at the regionals. She had finished 1st in every race until the regionals.
Wow.
So she was doing really well.
I wonder who snuck her out in the regionals.
Yeah, it would be an interesting one. Other strong performances from local runners in D1 girls race were run by Woodhaven's Brianna Vanjovo. She was 45th. And then you also had Wyandotte Roosevelt sophomore Samantha Cost.
So Samantha's got one more year.
Yeah, she's 67th. So those were the girls. In the D1 boys race, Allen Park senior Isaiah Jacobs was 110th. Roosevelt sophomore Michael McCooch was 112th. And he did that in 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Roosevelt junior Samuel Rankin was 153rd. Carlson Jr. Carlson Blake was 204, and Woodhaven Senior Logan Lundgren was 218th. So they must have ran the 300 that you were talking about, and that's how those kids finished at that time.
Yeah. I don't know how many do the singles finals, but there was a Rule 72 for the meets. In fact, our bowling stuff has started. Tryouts will be next week, the 16th. What's today, 11th? Yeah. So 16th, 17th, 18th, and we're kind of limited to how many people we can have in the bowling center now. I got the schedule, and the way it's going to work, like we would have 8 teams at a thing normally, or 8 schools plus the JV. Now, like on Monday when we have a meet, 4 of the teams maybe will be at Woodhaven Lanes, and the other 4 will be at 10 Pins of Trenton. Okay. Even though we're all bowling the same day, we're using 2 houses instead of 1 house. But we used to do 2 matches a week, like Monday, Wednesday, and we're only doing 1 match a week. We're going to bowl everybody once in 2 position rounds, I think. Okay. I think there's 11 weeks of bowling, or maybe 10 weeks of bowling.
So maybe they're going to expand the playoff system kind of like they did for football.
It's just regionals and states. We go to regionals with, there's 18 teams in the area, and top 3 go to states and team. And then in singles and doubles, there'll be 60 60 or 80 some kids vying for the top 10 spots.
I got you.
Top 10, and then there's 6 districts, so there'll be 60 kids at the state finals.
Right.
And so it's just all about the number. But I've had the kids meeting on Saturday to involuntary tryouts. So the first day I got 4 of them. I was pretty happy with 4 of them. And the second day I had 1. And I was not happy with just 1. Sure, they're voluntary. Like football practice is voluntary.
Camp. I got you. Yeah, we need it. It's voluntary, but we need it.
I just, we practice in bowls so much out the gate that they get blisters and they get stuff. And it just, if you bowl a little ahead of time and build up a little callus, you don't have those issues to start the year where I'm taping your thumb all up and painting you with new skin so that you're not bleeding all over the place,
No.
I'm looking out for them.
You hear that? Get your bowlers out there.
That's right. Boys had 12 kids show up.
You see?
Boys did good.
Yeah.
The good for him. I mean, he needs to restock that team.
I bet you with this cross country, they did it in heats. You know what I mean? Kind of what you're saying, where they broke up the bowling houses for you. I bet you they did it in heats, and then that would make even more sense. So if there was a 218th, that was the 218th best time.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, and then that's why you would make all state if you rode Boulder. I'm not bold, but if you ran a certain time.
Right. I get that. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk soccer. Let's talk Grosse-Ile.
Okay.
Grosse-Ile rolling again.
Here we go. Grosse-Ile boys soccer edges Grand Rapids South Christian for the 2nd straight state title. So they bring the state title home. The defending Division III champions from Grosse-Ile returned to the state final on Saturday at Novi High School. The Red Devils found themselves opposing Grand Rapids South Christian, the team they defeated in last year's state title game. A goal from Grosse-Ile's Bosch Tani proved to be the difference. The seniors struck in the second half and propelled his team to a 1-0 win, making it back-to-back titles for the Devils, who were 21-1 on the season, and the third title in the program's history.
And the second back-to-back.
Yeah, they're back-to-back, but it's the 3rd overall. Tani was just one of the 4 seniors on this year's Grosse-Ile squad after the team graduated 9 seniors from last year's championship team.
Wow. There's some depth for you.
No, congratulations.
You win the state title last year, you lose 9 guys, and then you're right back into it.
Yeah, against the opponent you played last year for the state title, who won 18-1-1.
Right.
What was the edge for Grosse-Ile?
Now they're only losing 4, so they're going to come back with some depth again. Nice. Yeah. So Bosch Tani scored the only goal in the playoff game, won the state title for his team, and he earned the 2020 Mr. Soccer Award, which, Mr. Hockey, Mr. Football, Miss Volleyball. About 48 hours after celebrating the state championship, senior midfielder was holding a different trophy. It was named Michigan's Mr. Soccer for 2020. The Mr. Soccer Award is given out by the Michigan High School Soccer Coaches Association, and it goes to the state's top overall player for the year. Tani, who scored 49 goals in 2020, became the first Red Devil to earn Mr. Soccer ever. And I read a little more of the article, and the school record is 52. And they had 3 games postponed because of COVID.
Oh.
So he could have been on the wall.
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
He's a Hungarian-born star, showed up when it mattered most as he scored 6 goals in the team's 2 state semifinals and 2 state finals games over the last 2 years, including 4 in this year's final 2 contests.
Wow.
So he scored 3 times the game before, obviously, and netted the game winner.
I think that you're right, too, because it looks like if he had 49 goals, 22 games, he's about 2.2, 2.3 goals a game. If he had got the other 3 games in, he shatters that record.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. It's cold outside. No, it's unseasonably warm, right?
It's getting cold.
Yeah. Well, downriver hockey's got something for you because they're starting on the 18th. Woodhaven and Trenton will play on November 18th, which is next week, as well as Etzel, Ford, and Southgate. Carson will
Sure,
go.
that's not 12/18. That's 11/18. It says 11/18.
It says November 18th.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's because some of them kids will still be playing football. You know.
I wonder what. Yeah. Well, Wyandotte doesn't actually play until the 24th, which is the day after Thanksgiving.
Interesting.
Anyway, but but they play on the 24th.
Now, they used to have a fundraiser I used to do awards for, was the Blitz in the Dot run. They ran before the parade, the Wyandotte parade. Now with COVID, it's been a tradition now for 12 years. And I have done nice little first place things for them for quite some time. They want to continue the Blitz in the Dot run, but you know, with COVID you can't. So they're doing it virtually, which and it supports the Wyandotte Boat Club and the rowing program. So what you can do, go out on your own between November 28th and December 6th, do your walk, run, or even go on a treadmill, record your time, and submit it to the race.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they must give you the path, and then away you go. So I don't believe there's a parade, so there's no getting out and seeing it. So Santa's just going to have to come to town a different way. You know, he usually comes into town on the parade.
Yeah, he'll find his way.
He's playing it safe too. Wear your mask, everyone. They have now science. Hey, there's a thing called science out there. And they have proven that if I wear my mask and you wear my mask and we stay 6 feet apart, we can kill this virus. We can stop this virus. Okay? So everybody, just wear your mask. Get a hold of us, localsportswrapup@gmail.com. Watch us on YouTube. I want to say, Ken, I'm enjoying this. I'm still alive in the suicide pool. How was your fantasy week last week?
We won. We had some good games. It'll be tougher this week. Mahomes is on bye.
Now, the Masters starts tomorrow, and I really want to place a wager on the Masters. You know, I feel like driving down to because I used to be in Vegas around April all the time, bowling.
I got you.
In the national tournament, and I would always pick up the Masters sheet and 20 to 1, he's worth $10. You know, pick 5 guys. You know, spend $50 and then hope.
Yeah.
You know, and I want something to watch the Masters for.
Who do you like? Do you have a clue?
I like Dustin Johnson. I like. I think Rory's got a chance. He's got to win this thing. The more them guys play it, everybody likes Bryson. He's the bomber.
What about Koepka? Right? Is his name?
He's solid too.
Okay.
Yeah, if I don't know their odds, I got to look at their odds.
Yeah.
Then I'll know who I like. Anyway, we have to wrap up. This is I'm Marty Janeski and my buddy Ken Brown here. We're your hosts of the Local Sports App Wrap Up. Tune in next week. We'll see you there. Hi, Mom. And everybody stay safe, wear your mask, and get a flu shot while you're at it. I got a flu shot.
Careful. Yeah. I like last year's champs.